Greetings, everybody. I just wanted to make sure that you understand that the two quizzes are due today. The syllabus has indicated that they are due February 2nd. I've been encouraging students from even before the semester to get started on the content. A little concerned that students have, some of them you have submitted the quizzes and did quite well with them, but many of you have not. So it is very important not to wait till the deadlines. So please, please, please make sure in the future that you are submitting them before the deadlines. You do not want your grade to be subjected to technical difficulties, misunderstandings, lack of preparation. We're entering our third week. That was more than enough time for everyone to get prepared for both lectures. Just trying to give a little bit of breathing room at the beginning of the semester, so hopefully people did that, and because from here on out it's going to be something due every week, and it's not something you can prepare for that day each quiz is due. So please, in the future, if you have not been paying this course its respected attention, please do if you wish to be successful in this course. Remember, the students that do not earn a 69% or higher for Unit 1 will be dropped from this course, no exceptions. Let's see. You are going to, if you have never done this before, you're going to, for its week, you're going to go down here for this week, week 2. You're going to click the exam. If it doesn't launch, then you will click launch, and then you will click begin. Now, if you're not in Lockdown Browser, this will not open up. Now, it might ask for a password. As long as you're opening it up in Lockdown Browser, you do not need a password. So skip that part. Opening up in Lockdown Browser is the password. All right. And you want to make sure, if you are unclear about this, you want to make sure you have a response for each learning objective before you click begin in your notes, because it's going to randomly select one of the learning objectives from the lecture. And moving forward, keep in mind that these quizzes are designed to help you prepare for the unit exams. So for this unit exam, without notes, you could use notes for the quizzes, but you cannot use notes for the unit exams. You have to respond to the essays, one of the essays for Unit 1. For Unit 2, 2 of the essays will be randomly selected, one from Unit 1, one from Unit 2. But for Unit 1, it's just one essay. And it's, if you look at your syllabus, let's go to the syllabus, it's going to be an essay, this essay prompt, the age of expansion and conquest. It'll be either this essay prompt, and it'll be this essay prompt that you want to have a response to. It's going to randomly select one of those from age of expansion and conquest, the development of slavery, and salutary neglect. Now, what you want to do to prepare for that, since you can't use your notes for this exam, is you want to put yourself in a position to be very familiar with what is expected on the essay, in your 6 to 10 paragraph essay. And again, a 6 to 10 paragraph essay, how do you prepare for that? You write a response for each of the learning objectives. So when you're preparing for the Age of Conquest essay prompt, you want a response for each learning objective. The length of each learning objective is determined in this column again. So learning objective 1 is at least 1 paragraph. You might need to write more than 1 paragraph, but it should be at least 1 paragraph. Learning objective 2 should be at least 3 paragraphs. Learning objective 3 should be at least 2 paragraphs, and so on and so forth all the way down. So those are the guidelines on the length, and a paragraph is a good 5 to 6 sentences with pertinent information in it. How to prepare for those? Getting familiar with them so you're successful in the exams. Just like I suggested with the midterm and the final exam, you want to use these things. So once you've written your notes down, your response down, that's the first step. That helps you begin the process of becoming familiar with the content of the lecture. The second step, I highly suggest using index cards. On one side, write down the learning objective prompt, physically write it down. And on the other side, write down in bullet points a brief response to the learning objective prompt, right? So let me just bring this on up just so we have it out there. So you're going to write, this is the learning objective prompt. You want to write it on one side. Then you want to write down brief bullet points. You don't want to try to squeeze in the entire prompt there because there'll be more to it, but you want it to be brief just so you can jog your memory, your familiarity with the content. Right? And so learning objective for the lecture on Age of Expansion and Conquest, you'll have 3 index cards. For slavery, you'll have 4, and for salutary neglect, you'll have another. Anyway, you have this out as you go through each lecture. When you're waiting in line for something, when you're sitting down, you can familiarize yourself by flipping over. This will do 2 things. One, it will help you understand the expectations of the essay. So it'll help you remember that, okay, I have to have all 3 learning objectives for the Age of Expansion. And it will help you get familiar with the content. You might not memorize it, but you will become familiar with it. It also will help you identify, as you get closer to the exam, what it is you don't know. So if you go through your stack of index cards and you consistently draw a blank when it comes to learning objective 2 for the development of slavery, for instance, well, that's an indication that you should probably go back to the content, right? And it will also identify what it is you know. So every time you look at the Age of Expansion learning objective 1, you know it without even flipping it over, and you're able to identify dates in your mind or whatever the case may be. That's an indication that you really don't have to review that. So it'll save you time, it'll save you stress and anxiety about trying to cram for an entire exam when you might not necessarily have to. It will identify what it is you should be reviewing. So that's my suggestion. I hope everyone takes me up on that. Keep in mind, succeeding in college is not an accident. It takes it takes conscious effort, and it takes knowing the tricks of the trade. So I have given you tricks of the trade of how to prepare for the midterm and the final exam, and I have given you tricks of the trade of how to prepare for the unit exam. I highly suggest using them. Let me know how it goes when you do. Take care.